Hi, I'm Carol Cunningham. I am chair of Fair Districts PA, and I'm the lead of the executive committee. We are an all-volunteer organization, including myself. The executive committee is where we make the decisions, kind of larger decisions, but we also have local groups in many counties, and some of the groups are multi-county groups. And we also have statewide working teams that do things like communications, plan advocacy, oversee data, and we have people who do particular volunteer tasks as individuals.
So I used to live in Wisconsin, and at the time, a very, very large group of people were at the Capitol protesting and asking for their government to take a different direction, and they were completely ignored. And then I moved to Pennsylvania and realized that Pennsylvania had equally challenging problems with gerrymandering. And so I was looking for a way to get involved because until we could fix gerrymandering, the other issues I cared about weren't going to get fixed.
I had read the Pennsylvania Constitution and saw where, unless absolutely necessary, and that's a quote from the Constitution, you couldn't divide a municipal township, borough, ward into multiple districts. And I was aware that Lancaster Township had been divided into 4 state house districts. And I said, that doesn't compute.
Through that, I met Carol and we started talking. And in my previous career, I had been a project manager. So she asked if I could help her with managing communications. So now I'm the leader for the communications team. I try to manage the big scope.
I have been involved with Fair Districts since early 2017. I was in the infamous Goofy Picking Donald 7th Congressional District, which was a very convoluted, stretched out district that covered 5 different counties in a populous area. I was very interested in gerrymandering. After the election of 2016, there was much more information. I heard about Fair Districts PA and started listening to the monthly conference calls. There was a request for some administrative support. Ultimately, I took on the role of admin director and became part of the executive committee.
And I ran across this group called Fair Districts PA and was contacted by Carol Cunningham. And I said, do you have a speakers bureau? And in that first year, we were swamped. Within Fair Districts PA, the research team, they can get me the answer to any question, which allows me to go to presentations and lobby visits with legislators with absolute confidence.
And what I do is help guide the research team. We were trying to understand how come our bill, which in 2017 had 110 co-sponsors, why that bill didn't get a vote in committee, even though it had enough co-sponsors to pass. Did this just happen to us? Were we targeted? Were there other people, other bills not passing? It is the research that the team did that turned out to be Dysfunction of Design report, which looked at a variety of issues that are near and dear to Pennsylvanians' hearts that never get a hearing because the rules in the legislature so stymie the activities of individual legislators. Our legislature is very tightly run by a few leaders in each chamber. And the result is that most bills never get a hearing, even in committee.
My interest and my forte is not in the legislative process, but I can provide the support. It's an indication of how we need all kinds of roles within Fair Districts, whether you're interested in being on the local level and just talking to people locally and working with your local teams, getting more involved maybe in your local community, or you have some skills that might be usable at statewide or helping out in the statewide effort, or both.
For a lot of us, this is a fraught political time. People are anxious, people are concerned, people are angry, and they're wondering what they can do to help. And for each person, that answer is different. When we started, there were naysayers who said, you know what, you can't change things in Pennsylvania. You can never get people to pay attention. You can never get legislators to give up power. And what we found is that people will pay attention. People want to understand how things work. We've done over 1,200 informational events attended by almost 50,000 people. We've had thousands and thousands and thousands of conversations with folks at polling places and fairs and festivals. And it's really encouraging to see how much people want to understand things, how eager people are to see positive change.
And it is incredibly motivating to be around other people who help you when it feels like I just can't do this anymore.
Our common bond is a trust in democracy. That makes it easy for people from different political backgrounds and different political beliefs to work together.
We're like a massive crowdsourced activity, and everybody matters. And that's one of the reasons I love Fair Districts. We're going to fix this.
Okay, send an email to info@fairdistrictspa.com or volunteer@fairdistrictspa.com, and you'll get some information back. There's lots of ways to get involved. We just need to know who you are, where you are, what you'd like to do, and we can get you started.